Dear learners, welcome to Excel Power Tool series. My name is Dr. Mitesh Jadhav and I am going to be your instructor for this course. In the last sessions, we have learned about basic transformation in the Power Query. In this session, we are going to learn about advanced transformation that can be done in the Power Query editor itself only. So let's get started with the practical. Please download the files which are required to do this operations given in the description box below. Click on the link and you will be able to see the files. Now, the moment you download it, you will see a folder which is containing the files from 201 to 205 and some additional workbook file itself only. Now, we are going to learn the first part, that is applying transformation with the query editor. Please double click on the file 201 applying transformation with the query editor to open the file. Now, the moment you open the file, we have been asked create a evaluation report over here in the structured data from a file which is coming from the system. Now, first of all, let me make you understand what the data is all about. So, if you see, I have given one file called Course Evaluation Excel Advanced and Course Evaluation MS Project. Now, just double click on this file, Course Evaluation MS Project, to open the file and let's see what kind of data is recorded inside the system. So, if you see the data which is there in this workbook is being recorded in this format. So we have some title over here, course evaluation. Then we have some message. Thank you for taking the time to complete this anonymous evaluation. If you see, the data is given in this manner. So some candidates are being asked to rate the skills of a trainer, and the course which is evaluated is MS project. So candidates are asked to rate on a 1 to 5 scale, where 1 represents poor and 5 represents excellent. So if you see, the data is recorded in system in such a way that we have some course which is a header and the name of the course is MS project, which is recorded in the first cell. In the second part, in second column, it is eval number. So basically it's a evaluation number which is a header and the number is recorded in the last row. Say for example, this is one candidate 1034. 1034 candidate or a learner has been asked with 8 different questions. So the third column is questions. They are asked to rate on a scale of 1 to 5. So say for example, the first question was regarding trainers presentation skills. So somebody has given a rating of 5. How do we get to know? So if you see, tick mark is being recorded in that particular cell. So the tick mark in 5 represents that the learner or the candidate has a rate excellent, that is 5. Similarly, for 2, subject knowledge of a trainer, it is 5. Trainer approachability, it is 2. Then course content, it is 5. Then resource, it is 4. Relevance to job, it is 5. So these are the questions which are asked to one candidate to rate on 1 to 5 scale, and the rating is being recorded in terms of tick mark. Similarly, we have another candidate 1035. Again, the same questions has been asked and being told to rate on a scale of 1 to 5. Similarly, we have 1036 candidate, then we have 1037, then we have 1038, then we have 1039, then again we have 1040. Now again we have 1039. So if you see, this 1039 was previously also present, means There is a duplication of data is also available in the raw file. Again, if you see 1040, this rating is also duplicated over here. So now this is our raw data. Now we have to convert this data into a structured data, and ultimately we have to create a presentation in such a way that we have to find out the average rating that is given by the candidates, all candidates, without any duplication, and we want average rating to be find out. So our job is to find out the average rating which is given to the skills specifically for trainer. So we have to find out the average rating given by all the candidates, particularly for the trainer. So we have to calculate trainer feedback, and we have to analyze the data, and we have to create a presentation, a graphical chart also for it. So this is basically our data. This is given in a Excel workbook file, and this kind of data generally comes in a very unstructured format, or which is not in a structured format. So that is why we are going to do some advanced transformation where we are going to convert this data into a structured manner. So let's get start with it. So this is our original file, a raw data file. Now let's open the file number 201, applying transformation with the query editor. Now the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to load this file over here in this worksheet, because here we are told to report a data in a structured manner. Now, first of all, to load the data, let's click on data, then let's click on get data. Then since we have been given a data in an Excel workbook file, we will go from file, select from file, and we are going to select the first option, that is from Excel workbook file. Let's click on Excel workbook file. Now we have to navigate it to the folder where we have stored. So my is in EPT2, and this is our file where we have to navigate it. So our file is course evaluation MS project. Please navigate it to the file where you have downloaded this file in your system. Just select this file's course evaluation MS project and click on import. So what will happen? The entire file will be first of all extracted, and whatever is there inside the file, it will be shown here over here in the navigator window. So if you see, there is only one worksheet which is present called evals. Now let's select evals, and you will see some preview which is being shown. Now this is the same data which was there in the file. Now first of all, we need to do some transformation, and let's click on transform data. Now the moment you load the file, please remember that there is one automatic step which will be done. That is, one is promote headers, and second is change type. So automatically system will select data type, and it will promote the first row as a header. So if you see in our original file, the course evaluation was the header in my first cell. So that has become header. And by default, if you see column 2, column 3, because there was a blank cell, column 2, column 3, this is a by default naming which is given to the header. Now here we need to first of all convert the data into a structured manner, and we need to also identify the pattern inside the data. Now the first thing is to make sure that our headers are fixed. So the first job that we are going to do in the advanced transformation is make sure that header is in the first row, since these are not our original header. So if you see, our original header is in the sixth row. So now we have to delete all the 5 rows which are above it. Now, how to remove this row? So let's go on home, and if you see, there is option called remove rows, and here we have different option. Now since I want to remove the top rows, I will select remove top rows. Let's click on remove top rows. Now my header actually is in the sixth row. So above all the data above the sixth row, I want to remove it. So I will write down 5. Let's write down 5 and click on OK. So what will happen? All the rows above the sixth row will be removed and the header which we want will come into the first row. Now, since these are our actual header which we want as a header, so I'll use one option called use first row as a header. Let's click on use first row as a header to promote this as our actual header. Now, if you see course, evaluation number, questions, then we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now, the second thing we want to do some transformation is since I was having value in my first cell and all the value below it was blank, I want all the data to be filled down. So let's click on course column. Let's go to transform. Let's click on fill and let's click on fill down option. Why? Because I want all the values to be filled down. This is how actually we make a structured data by identifying the pattern inside the data that how our data moves. The second is valuation number. So if you see our data was arranged in a such a way that wherever the questions are being asked on the last row, my evaluation number was recorded. Now since this all questions are asked to same candidate, I want this evaluation number to be repeated all above cell. So we'll use this option of filling all the values upward. So let's click on evaluation number column. Let's go to transform, click on fill, and this time we are going to use this option called fill up. So what will happen wherever the questions are being asked by that particular candidate, that values will be filled up. Now let's go and identify the third pattern. So if you see the questions are asked from 1 to 8. And below that we have null values because this were supposed to be a row which we do not require it. And if you see all the below, the question headers are being repeated. So if you see in the question column, the null value and questions, all these rows are not required by identifying from the pattern inside the data. So let's filter this out. So let's click on question. So if you see there is a filter icon which is there, just click on filter icon and just untick null and untick question. So basically I'm telling to the system that I want only questions to be there and I do not want header and null values, and click on OK. So it is going to remove all the null values and question headers, the entire row from it. Now if you see slowly we are going to make this data in a structured manner. Now one another thing is that we also have to arrange question in the serial order because we are being asked to find out the average rating. We have to sort the question by question order, then only we can have the average of that particular question. So let's sort this question column. So let's again click on the filter icon and let's again click on ascending. So what will happen? Questions will be arranged in the order. So if you see all the questions that will be related to presentation skill and the candidates, those who have appeared for that question will appear over here. Now similarly, I want to also arrange my evaluation number in the serial order in such a way that I can get to know whether there is any duplication or not. So let's again click on filter icon for the evaluation number column and let's click on ascending, sort ascending. So what will happen? A second level of sorting will be applied. Now remember, in normal Excel, when we apply a sorting on one column and we again apply a sorting on another column, then your first level sort will be vanished. Now in Power Query, you can have multi-level sort. So if you see this sorting is as it is, but a second level of sorting is being shown over here. So this sort will be there. Along with that, this data will be sorted by evaluation number. So this is a multi-sorting. Now, if you see, I can see the questions which is being rated by candidate 1034, 1035, and you will see 1039 which is repeated two times and 1040 which is repeated two times. So from here also we can identify that there is some duplication into the data. So first of all, whenever we do the analysis, we need to make sure that we remove the duplicates. Okay. So first of all, let's select this query entirely because I want to remove duplication. I want to check by row by row. So let's select the entire query by selecting one cell and press Ctrl plus A. That is selecting all query. Now we are going to remove duplicates. Let's click on Home, click on Remove Rows, and then we are going to select this option called Remove Duplicates. Remove Duplicates is going to remove all the duplication rows. So let's click on it, and you will see the duplicated row 1039 will be removed. Now we have only single entry 1034, 1035, 1036, 1037, 1038, 1039 and 1040. So if you see 8 questions were being asked to all the candidates, then second question to all the candidates, then third question to all the candidates. So we have arranged the data. Let's just resize this column. We have arranged this data by question number and then by evaluation number. Now, one of the interesting thing about this transformation is we are having the data which we have arranged first three column. Now we want this rating to be there, which we need to analyze it. Now since rating is there in a numeric data, because average can be calculated for only numeric data, how to do the change where we have tick mark, because tick mark cannot be summed or cannot be average. So here what we want is instead of tick mark, I want the value to be written over here in the respective tick mark. So if you see the first question, which is tick mark in fifth rating, so instead of this tick mark, I want 5 to be written over here. So in short, all the headers should be converted into my value. So here one of the interesting options which is available, which is not available in the Excel, that is known as unpivoting. So that is what we are going to cover in the next video. But in this video, what we are going to do is we are going to plot this data into our Excel workbook. So let's click on close and load to. And since we have been asked to first of all create a report over here in the evaluation sheet, I will select existing worksheet and I will select the cell address A3. So automatically evaluation, which is a sheet name, then exclamation $A $3, which is absolute reference, which will be there. And let's click on OK. Data will be first of all arranged in the structured manner by question wise sorted and by evaluation number wise sorted. Now, our job for this data is how we can convert this rating into values part over here in such a way that we can calculate the average rating for all the skills which is asked to calculate. So this is a data first of all that we have prepared, and the next option is how to change this rating that we are going to learn in the next video. So let's save this file. Okay, let's click on save. Now in this video we have learned about applying advanced transformation where we can do multi-sorting as well as arrange the data in such a way that we can prepare the data in the Power Query editor itself only. Now in the next video, we are going to learn one important operation called unpivoting data. Unpivoting is one of the important option which is there in the Power Query, which is not available in the normal Excel. So till then, please download the files and be ready for the next video. I hope you have liked my video. If you have liked my video, please hit the like button, comment in the section below, share this video to your colleagues, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you all.